The Texans lost to the Colts 24-21. It's their fourth loss of the season. That snaps their 9-game win streak that has been going on since late September. I want to say like September 23rd is when it started. It might be like a little bit later than that. But, you know, they lost. Losing sucks. We haven't had that feeling in about 10 weeks if you count the bye week. And I mean, sorry that this video is going up a little bit late. I wasn't at my house. I was watching the game elsewhere, and I did get home later than usual. But it really kind of worked out in a way, because usually I record my recap video right after the game, but it let me watch other games. And of course, as the Texans game was going on, New England lost to Miami in a pretty crazy fashion. Hopefully you guys got to witness that. But if you didn't, you know, a little recap. The Dolphins pretty much played backyard football on the last play of the game, and they actually got a touchdown off of it, and they won the game. But yeah, the Patriots lost the game we needed them to lose. So the fact that the Texans lost this week stung more, because if the Texans would have won, they would have had the second seed as of right now. But, you know, they lost. But then later on, in the later games, the 3 o'clock games, the Steelers ended up losing a game to the Raiders. That's right, the Raiders beat the Steelers. And, you know, in another crazy fashion, too. The Raiders had pretty much marched down the field, scored a touchdown. There was like 21 seconds left. The Steelers drive down the field in 21 seconds. And they go for a game-tying field goal, and their kicker slips. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. So literally everything went the Texans' way, but you know, the Texans didn't hold up their end of the bargain. If they would have won, they would have been in prime position for a first-round bye. So, you know, the fact that the Steelers lost, the fact that the Pats lost, it kind of hurts, because if the Texans would have won again, they would have been in a good position. But it also kind of helps ease the pain of losing, because we're pretty much in the same position we were last week. You know, just win and hope for some help. And, you know, maybe that help will come. The Steelers are going to be desperate next week to get a win versus the Patriots. And, you know, maybe they can do us a favor and knock the Patriots off again. Now, a lot of Texans fans are already panicking on Twitter. It's not time to press the panic button yet. Not yet. Now, if they lose against the Jets next week, this Saturday, because the game will be played on Saturday, I give all you guys permission to go ahead and push that panic button, punch it, do whatever you want with it. Yeah, you know, it sucks that we lost, but if we're being real, this team wasn't going to go 13-3. It would have been awesome, but, you know, teams have bumps in the road. If teams didn't have bumps in the road, every team, or every year, there would be at least a team or two that would go 16-0. Every year there was good NFL teams, you know, that they have little bumps in the road where they drop a game that they're not supposed to drop. And again, look how we've lost this year. We lost to the Patriots by 7, the Giants by 5, the Titans by 3, and the Colts by 3. Those are one possession games. All 4 losses were one possession games. In games that we honestly played pretty bad. And if this team played bad and still had a chance to win these games, you know, what does that say about your team, you know? It says good things. Now, for the recap of the actual game. Let's start off with Mr. Deshaun Watson. You guys know, I love Deshaun Watson. You know, he's franchise savior. If you look at the stats, you know, they're really nice looking stats. I think he had like a 70 completion percentage, 270 yards, a passing touchdown. You know, like some nice looking stats. But when you watch the game film, Deshaun did not play a good game. he missed some throws in some pretty crucial situations. I mean, right off the top of my head, I can count 4. He missed a wide open touchdown to Demaryius Thomas pretty early in the game. Later on, again, he missed a wide open touchdown to a wide open DeAndre. Boom, that's 14 points. Another one late in the game, he had Lamar Miller open for a check down, and if he completes that pass, Lamar Miller gets like an easy 5 to 6 yards. It wouldn't be a first down, but you know what it would have been? It would have been a field goal. So, right there, right off the bat, Deshaun Watson single-handedly took off 17 points off the board. And you know, sometimes players, they miss deep throws. It happens. So, you know, if that's the case, take away the deep touchdown that would have been to Demaryius Thomas and to D-Hop. Well, he still missed an easy check down throw to a wide open Lamar Miller that would have resulted in 3 points. Those 3 points send us to overtime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in these situations where Deshaun has to execute. If he makes just one throw, one of those deep throws, we win the game. If he makes that easy check down throw to Lamar Miller, we go to overtime and probably win the game. And another thing Deshaun was doing pretty badly all day, holding on to the ball way too damn long. Like, seriously, you have got to stop trying to play hero ball. I understand where you come from. I understand you're a winner. I understand you want to win. But this is the NFL. You got to learn to throw it away. Live to play another day. That's how you got to do it in the NFL. I saw a snippet of Peyton Manning analyzing Deshaun Watson's game, and he literally said the same thing. An NFL quarterback has to throw the ball away. Deshaun, you have to learn to throw the ball away. It's fine. I'd rather us punt the ball than for you to take a hit and then us punt the ball anyways, you know? It's more about protecting Deshaun Watson himself and, you know, having some extra yards to punt, 8 yards, 10 yards, you know, it makes a difference. So Deshaun didn't have that good of a game. Now the O-line, yeah, not a good game. They got manhandled up front by the Colts D-line in the pass game, and especially in the run game. The run game was non-existent. So the running backs, you can only imagine what type of game they had too. So running backs, O-line, Deshaun Watson, not a good game. Tight ends, Ryan Griffin, he had a pretty good game there late in the game to set up that late touchdown. But, you know, Ryan Griffin's Ryan Griffin, you know. I don't like him, whatever. Akins had a pretty decent game. Jordan Thomas had a pretty decent game. He had a 4th down conversion where he caught a ball with one hand. So I thought the tight ends did pretty decently. Wide receivers, though, I mean, they really didn't do much statistically. But, I mean, again, Demaryius Thomas was wide open for a touchdown. D-Hop was wide open for a touchdown. Maybe Deshaun wasn't seeing the field properly. Maybe they just straight up struggled. Maybe the Colts took them away. I don't know. I wish I really had the all 22 view so I could see the whole field, but unfortunately I don't. So I don't know. I'll just chalk it up as a bad game for the wide receivers, and part of that being because of Watson also having a bad game. But this game just showed you the importance of Kiki. Now, in previous games, obviously, we haven't been able to get the ball going in the run game. What would we do in those situations? You know, we would pass the ball to Kiki for 5 yards, you know, like these little quick passes to, you know, get us in some favorable 3rd down situations. Kiki QT is used as an extension of the run game. Kiki wasn't available today. The Colts stopped our run game. If Kiki was there today, we would have won the game, without a doubt. If Carter didn't get concussed, Carter is Kiki's backup. He's also a decent slot receiver. Obviously not on Kiki's level, but he's still decent. He could get the job done. If he was there today, we probably would have won the game. This game just goes to show how important our slot receiver is. I mean, we literally had Joe Webb out there passing catches. So if the Texans want to win games moving forward, they either A, have to get healthy in the slot position, or B, bring back Tyler Ervin, because Tyler Ervin's the guy that would play that slot position for us in the pinch. And plus, we did lose Carter to a concussion, which I highly doubt he's back since we are on a short week because we play the Jets on Saturday. So we do need a returner, because I don't want Tyrann Mathieu back there returning kicks, because I don't want him to get hurt. So, yeah, the slot position is important to our offense. Hopefully Kiki comes back soon, or Carter's able to go against the Jets, because it's obvious we need it. And another thing that I've seen Pat D-Stat talk about on Twitter, which is another benefit of me uploading late today. Deshaun Watson, for the past 2 weeks, he's been getting blitzed a lot by corners and DBs by the Browns and the Colts. And it's low-key been working. It's been slowing down Deshaun Watson. So now Deshaun has to find a way to work against that, how to counter that, how to not get slowed down by that, not let himself get rattled by that. You know, shout out for Pat D-Staff for pointing that out. When he pointed it out, I was like, you know what? That's true. And if you go back to last year versus the Browns did that to Deshaun, and Deshaun didn't really have that great of a game. I believe he even threw a pick 6 in that game. So, yeah, as of right now, the game plan is out there to slow down Deshaun. Now it's just up to Deshaun to counter that. Defenses are going to try to counter your young quarterback, and then it's up to your young quarterback to, learn from that and learn how to counter that. So, now let's move on to the Texans defense. Front 7, they stopped the run. They somewhat got pressure on Luck. They weren't, besides one Watt sack, they weren't able to really get to Andrew Luck. So, I guess they had a decent game, not too spectacular. Clowney was, non-existent, and he had that terrible offsides penalty late in the game. It's annoying at this point. The guy has got to learn, man. You literally knew what was coming, and you still jumped. Seriously, dude, that has got to stop. I think the world of Clowney. Clowney's a really good player, but those jumping offside things, they're beyond dumb. Now look, I'll be real with you guys. Even if Clowney wouldn't have jumped, there is nothing in me that believes that the Texans would have made the stop. And if they didn't make the stop, there's nothing in me that believed that the Texans were going to drive down the field and score a field goal or even a touchdown. So, I feel like the game was lost regardless at that point. I still feel at that point Frank Wright would have gone for it even if he didn't get the third down conversion. I really do think he would have. I think we would have lost. I think we were going to lose this game regardless of that Clowney penalty, but I just think Clowney needs to get smarter in that situation. I think it was Matt Hammond that pointed out he has 9 pre-snap penalties. 9. That is terrible. That's unacceptable. He's got to get better. He's just got to get better, man. Now the secondary, it was burnt toast, man. T.Y. Hilton did what T.Y. Hilton does to the Texans. Almost 200 yards on 9 receptions, and I think a touchdown as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he shredded at the Texans. And that was everyone. This time it wasn't just J-Joe. He shredded Sharice Wright. He even got Justin Reed. Justin Reed, our spectacular rookie, even got once, man. So, this isn't just a Joseph problem anymore. This is just the Texans not being able to stop him problem. And Ray Ray has pointed out multiple times, if you guys don't know Ray Ray, go sub to Ray Ray. He's in my featured channels list. Ray Ray points out the way you stop T.Y. Hilton, and this is true, you press him and hit him at the line of scrimmage, that disrupts his whole game. What do the Texans do? Like usual, they play 10 yards off the wide receiver. You know, sometimes you gotta change it up, Rack. This game, you could blame it on the secondary, you could blame it on Deshaun, you could blame it on Romeo Crennel, but you can't blame it on O'Brien. O'Brien wasn't the guy out there missing wide open throws. He wasn't the guy out there jumping on crucial situations. He wasn't the guy getting shredded. He wasn't the guy calling the defensive plays. So I think the guy that you can't blame in this situation is O'Brien, honestly. It was just a bad loss, man. The team didn't play that good. They didn't come to play. O-line got manhandled. Watson wasn't all too good today. And another thing about Watson's game that I forgot to mention is his scrambling. Watson's had a few scrambles where, yeah, you know, you run for the first down, but the guy hesitated. Like, he literally escaped the pocket, ran, looked like he was going to run, stopped, looked for a receiver, and then started running again. You know, like, take off, dude. I think there was at least 2 situations where if Deshaun takes off immediately, that's a first down. And again, crucial situations where Deshaun just has to be better. And, you know, it's fine, man. Deshaun's a young quarterback. He will get better. He will improve his game. Now, it's very important that the Texans win versus the Jets next week, this Saturday. And I'll tell you why. If the Texans, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if the Texans happen to lose to the Jets, let's just say they lose to the Jets. Now they're here at 9-5. They go to Philly. In Philly, the Eagles are still fighting for their playoff lives. The Eagles are still a pretty talented team. Can the Texans beat them? Yeah. But the Eagles are going to be throwing everything at the Texans. So that's going to be a very tough game. So now let's say they drop that game. So now they're 9-6. Will they come back home in Houston to play the Jaguars? So all is good, right? No. All is not good. Because if that happens, we already saw what the Jaguars can do before. They still have a talented defense. All they got to do is not turn the ball over, and they can win games. That's all they got to do. So the Jaguars come into Houston in a situation where they know the Texans need to win and get in. So the Jaguars are going to be playing their tails off to ruin our season. And who's to say it can't happen? So we're sitting here at 9 wins with 3 games to go. 9-7. O'Brien's nightmare scenario is not out of the question. It can still happen. And I said it before the season. If the Texans go 9-7 again, anything worse than 9-7, O'Brien should be fired. I don't care how it happens. I don't care what happens. If this team happens to go 9-7, O'Brien should be fired. And I am one of the biggest Bill O'Brien supporters, but this team is not a team that should be going 9-7. And yeah, I think that's all I really have for you guys for this recap. Now, of course, Tennessee smacked the Jaguars around last Thursday night. The Colts beat us. So now we have a 2-game lead in the division. I think we're fine. Honestly, I think we're fine. If we can take care of the Jets, I think we'll win this division. The way I see things possibly playing out, the way I see things really playing out, honestly, is I could see us beating the Jets easily. We'll beat the Jets. The Cowboys are going to do us a favor and beat the Colts next week. And then the Colts are going to do us a favor in Week 17 and beat the Titans. We're going to go 10-6 at worst. And the best record the Titans and Colts will be able to finish at is 9-7. So we're gonna win the division pretty comfortably, I guess you could say. But I really wanted to win the division next week. I want to get one of them nice playoff AFC South championship hats because I haven't got one in a while. Because you know why? Because in 2015 and 2016, I didn't feel like we earned those divisions. I mean, we were terrible. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.